Hello engineers and welcome to my channel. Now this feature that I'm going to show you will blow your mind. Yes, it will pop open your mind. So today we are going to create Popup, HTML Popup. Yes, there is no JavaScript involved at all. So brace yourself for the impact of 21st century. Now, what is problem with traditional pop-up? If you have ever created a pop-up, then you know how tedious it gets. Adding backdrop, creating a new div, placing close button on top right corner, and don't even get me started on finding that perfect Z index. So let's get started. So before we get started, let me tell you one thing. This feature, which is HTML popover, is actually an experimental feature. As you can see it on Mozilla Docs, that it has this blue icon like some chemistry stuff, but it does work completely fine on Google Chrome, and surprisingly it works on Edge as well, but it does not work on Firefox. So that's why we are going to use Chrome for testing, right? So let's get started. I'll close this, and this is what we'll be creating, right? Super basic. Okay, right now I have created a folder called HTML popup, and inside that I have a file which is tester.html, as you can see it here. Now what we'll do is I'll just close previous project. And so first, another thing before we get started, I think this is the second thing before we get started. You will need this live server. Let me show you. So I'll just do bang and add this here, tab, and let's just say HTML pop up, right? And I'll save it. And when I hit go live, it will like automatically keep updating my project, okay? Now this is Firefox because that's my default browser. I'll close Firefox and just refresh this page. And you can see that it says HTML pop-up right here, okay? So for that, you will need this extension, which is live server, right? Just search for live server by Ritwik Day and just install it. Also make sure you create a folder and drag the whole folder inside VS Code, right? It should look something like this here, because if you don't create a folder, you will not see this icon right at the bottom. So please make sure you do that. Okay, moving along. First thing first, what we will do is let's create the HTML layout, and we will start with a div, and this will have class of outer div. You know what? Let's also create a new file, save it as tester.css. And another thing I need to do is grab this guy from desktop, and I'll just put it back right here. This is going to be our image. And let's also include our CSS in our head tag, right? And I'll just say tester.css. So first div, and just let's just say we will need a button here, and button is going to say open pop up right here. I'll save it. Now let's center this open pop-up button inside our view, right? So let's go back, and here we'll just say outer div, and this will have display of flex, justify content center, align items center, and as you can see it's centered here, right? Like, so we need to give it height, right? So I'll just say height of 100 VH, and you can see it's here. But if you scroll, you will see scroll bar. So that is something I don't like. So what we need to do is add this as well, body HTML, and this is going to be padding of 0. Wait, I think I messed up. So padding of 0, that's why you use autocomplete, right? Margin of 0, save, and okay, no more scrolling. Awesome. Go back to tester.html, and so first let's make this pop-up work, right? You know what, before that, let's give our button some classes. So did we give class name to our button? And let's call it btn, and go back here, and this is going to be .btn, and let me copy background color from here. So right here, background color is going to be this. Let's say color is going to be white, border is going to be none, and border radius is going to be it's going to be 0.5 rem. Save it. We also need to give it padding of 2 rem and also font size of 4 rem. Nice, it looks good. The only thing we need to do now is add box shadow. So I'll just copy it from my reference here so that I don't need to type it out. So it's 0, 10 pixel, 15 pixel, minus 3 pixel, and this color, which looks amazing, right? Okay, we also need to add .btn on hover. We will just say cursor pointer. Okay, looks perfect. Now let's just open, let's just add pop-up functionality, right? Then we can add image and all that stuff. The way you do that is inside the button tag, just add pop over target, and this you can call it any string you want. So I'll just say pop-up, but it can be ABC or foobar, right? You get what I'm trying to say, right? And now this is going to be our pop-up, and give it ID of pop-up. Now make sure this both are similar, right? This needs to match this, okay? And inside this, for now, what we can do is just say hello, right? Save it. And now if I click, what happened? Nothing. It does not work. So along with this ID, what we need to do is we need to say pop over. That's it. Save it. And now it should work. Bam. Awesome, right? So let me quickly show you one thing. I did say that there is no JavaScript, but there is a. So first, do note that like the way to close pop-up is if you click anywhere outside the pop-up, it will close, right? Or you hit escape, it closes, right? Super cool. But what if you want to manually close it, right? You want to add a cross button on top right corner. If you want to, right? There is a way to do that. First, we will add this equal to sign and say manual. So manual, save it. Now you can see that it does not close, right? Even if you hit escape, it won't close. So we will add a cross button for that. First of all, let's keep hello. Let's also add our image tag here, and source is going to be guy.jpg, and open. Bam. Awesome. This looks good. Let's also add our button. Now this button is going to be close. Save it. And the button looks ugly, right? Let's add some styles to it. So this is going to be class btn small. Save it and open. Now this is pretty big, so let's add some btn small css, right? And that's going to be font size of 1 rem and font size of 1 rem, and also padding of 0.5 rem. Awesome. Now if you click here, still nothing happens because we need to add functionality to our button, right? Now there is this API which we can use. So I'll just say on click, and this will be close, pop up and brackets, and below our body tag I'll just say script, and inside this we'll say const pop up and document.get element by ID. And make sure you use same ID as this guy over here. So I'll just copy and paste it. Next thing, function, wait. Okay, function, this is going to be close, pop-up, and just add brackets. And we can just say pop-up dot hide pop-up, right? Okay, it's hide pop over. So pop over, okay. Now, if you open and hit close here, bam, look at that. It works. Awesome, right? So it was just to show you guys that you can have it manually. For now, I'll just remove all this. We also want to remove this manual from here. And that's it, guys. Super easy. Let me see. Did we miss something, right? Let's remove this button as well. And okay. So there is a way to add a backdrop, right? Like you can see it's plain white. What you can do is pretty simple. Go back here just say hash pop up, and this is going to be backdrop, and just give it background of, let's just say, light green, and bam, awesome, right? And there are some other CSS stuff. We can make it pretty. So what we can do is pop up and just add border none, right? Because you can see it's ugly black border. I don't like ugly things. So one rem, and okay, looks pretty good. So yeah, that's it. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this new API, right? Whether Firefox should implement it or not, right? And if you have any questions, do leave them in the comment section below. If you are not subscribed, do consider subscribing, and also like the video. I'll see you guys next time.